G'day everyone. Hope you're ready for a thrilling tale today. Let's talk about Robert Louis Stevenson, a true blue adventure writer. Born in Scotland in 1850, he became one of the most beloved authors of his time. This bloke knew how to spin a yarn, and his book, Kidnapped, is a ripper. It's a classic that has stood the test of time. It's got everything a good adventure story needs: action, intrigue, and a dash of history. The plot twists and turns, keeping you on the edge of your seat. Stevenson was a bit of an adventurer himself. He didn't just write about adventures, he lived them. He traveled all over the shop, just like the characters in his books. From the Scottish Highlands to the South Seas, his journeys were as varied as they were exciting. This gave him a knack for writing about far-off places and exciting escapades. His vivid descriptions make you feel like you're right there with the characters. He could make you feel like you were right there in the thick of it, dodging danger at every turn. His ability to create suspense and excitement is unmatched. With Kidnapped, he takes us on a wild ride through the Scottish Highlands, and believe me, it's a trip you won't soon forget. The landscapes, the characters, the adventure, it's all so vividly brought to life. Kidnapped tells the thrilling and adventurous story of young David Balfour, a boy who finds himself caught up in a right mess of a situation that he never saw coming. After his parents tragically pass away, David is sent to live with his uncle, a greedy old coot who has nothing but ill intentions. This uncle, Ebenezer Balfour, is a miserly and sinister man who wants David out of the way to claim the family fortune for himself. He deceitfully tricks David onto a ship bound for the Americas with a nefarious plan to sell him into slavery. David is left bewildered and betrayed, realizing the gravity of his uncle's treachery. Talk about a raw deal. David's world is turned upside down and he feels utterly hopeless and alone. But David's not one to give up without a fight. With a determined spirit and a heart full of courage, he resolves to take control of his fate. He teams up with Alan Breck Stewart, a swashbuckling Jacobite rebel with a heart of gold. Together they face fierce storms, intense battles, and double-crossing scoundrels who would stop at nothing to see them fail. It's a real roller coaster of a story, full of twists and turns that'll keep you on the edge of your seat. With every chapter, David and Alan's bond grows stronger as they navigate the treacherous waters of betrayal and danger, proving that bravery and friendship can conquer even the darkest of times. Now, Kidnapped isn't just a rip-roaring adventure story, it's also steeped in history. The book is set in 18th century Scotland, during a time of great upheaval and political turmoil. The Jacobite risings, which sought to restore the Stuart dynasty to the throne, had recently been crushed, leaving the country divided. Stevenson weaves this historical backdrop into the very fabric of the story. We see the impact of these events on the characters' lives and the choices they make. Through David and Alan's adventures, we get a glimpse into a fascinating and turbulent period in Scottish history. Kidnapped is more than just a history lesson. It's a love letter to Scotland itself. Robert Louis Stevenson, with his masterful storytelling, takes us on a journey through the heart of this magnificent country. Stevenson captures the beauty and wildness of his homeland with vivid descriptions that'll make you want to pack your bags and hop on the next plane to Edinburgh. Imagine walking through the cobblestone streets, feeling the history beneath your feet, and breathing in the crisp, fresh air of the Scottish Highlands. From the rugged mountains and windswept moors to the bustling cities and charming villages, we experience the diversity of the Scottish landscape. Each scene is painted with such detail that you can almost hear the bagpipes playing in the distance and feel the mist on your face. But more than that, we get a sense of the Scottish people themselves. Their strength, their resilience, and their unwavering spirit are palpable. These are people who have weathered countless storms and emerged stronger each time. Their fierce loyalty to clan and country, all of this shines through in Stevenson's writing. The sense of community and belonging is so strong that it transcends the pages, making you feel like you're part of their world. He brings the spirit of Scotland to life, making it an unforgettable character in its own right. Through his words, Scotland becomes more than just a setting. It becomes a living, breathing entity that stays with you long after you've turned the last page. So why does Kidnapped still resonate with readers today? Well, for starters, it's a cracking good yarn. The adventure never lets up, the characters are memorable, and the writing is top-notch. But it's also a story that speaks to timeless themes: courage, friendship, the fight for freedom. David's journey is one that we can all relate to, even though it takes place centuries ago. We all face challenges in life, times when we have to dig deep and find our inner strength. Kidnapped reminds us that even in the darkest of times, there's always hope, and that with a bit of grit and determination, we can overcome any obstacle. Well, mates, there you have it. Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson, a timeless adventure story that'll transport you to another world. It's got everything you could want in a book action history and a touch of Scottish charm. So what are you waiting for? Grab a copy and get ready for a wild ride.